I guess we can start with you, the personality Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, arguably one of the very well-known and respected first ladies. Mm-hmm. Do you miss being first lady?
Well, it depends on what you mean. In the sense that I miss it because of the trappings, no, I don't, because there was no trappings. But in the sense that you can actually get support from external organizations to come and help the women of Ghana and the children of Ghana, yes, in some ways I do. Okay. But I think that generally I'm getting on with what I have to do, and that's it. Okay.
Now, in the years you've been on earth, before politics, did you always think that you'd be a politician today, looking back on your life?
My life has been political. Very much so, because from the time of growing up, we had political people in the household. My father had people from both disciplines. We had members of the CPP group who were members of his family, brothers and sisters, and we had members of the UP group who were members of his family, brothers and sisters and uncles and so on. So the household was a very political household, so there's no way that I could have escaped it.
So you're saying that even before you got married to Mr. Rawlings, you always had it in mind to be a politician?
Not that I had it in mind to be a politician. I was brought up in a political home. So politics was part of our everyday life. They quarrel, they argue, but when it comes to sitting down to eat, they are still discussing what is best for the country. So, yes.
Okay. Now, before NDP, you were a politician of another breed. And by that I mean being such a strong pillar in the NDC. Now, if you look back in your time with the NDC, do you have any regrets?
I don't think so.
At all?
No, I don't think so. I don't have regrets in... I can look at it from two angles. If I'm talking about regrets based on maybe some remunerations or something that we're doing that I was benefiting from, no, I have no regrets because there was nothing to benefit from. But regrets in the sense that you have a road that you are on, you're leading in a way to prosperity for the people of Ghana, you're leading, you are on a train, let's say, and you are moving from place to place, level to level, making sure that wherever you pass, you leave something good behind. And suddenly I see that it's turned the other way around, it's going backwards, and so it's destroying the things that have been built. In that respect, yes, there is some regret, okay, but otherwise, no.
We will discuss the NDC as it is and as it was before.
I don't know if I want to be here to talk about NDC. Okay, I want to talk about NDP.
But about where you've been, your political journey in its totality. But your decision to be a member of the NDC before, was it a personal decision or it was one born out of your close ties with Mr. Rawlings?
I didn't join the NDC. I helped to build the NDC. So there are two different things. Okay. I didn't join. So because some of us were not CPP or UP or anything, and the rest of them were like, well, those of us who belong to some other group, we're going back to our grouping. But for those of you who have nowhere to go, well, that's your problem. So then we sat back and said, okay, in that case, let's build something that is revolutionary. So that's what we did.
Why revolutionary?
Well, revolutionary so that we can actually change from just politicking to working towards making people better in Ghana. And that's different from just politicking, you know.
Okay. So at the time, there was a vision for the party, the NDC. You were part of the building of this party. What were these key tenets or the key pillars?
I didn't come here to really come and talk about NDC and build them up. I want to talk about the NDP.
We will in just a minute. I just want to understand how your political journey is.
Understand it. That's they were going on a certain road and they've really turned left and backwards. Okay. So I don't want to go into that because I want to look forward into NDP and work.
We will. You see, people want to appreciate where you've come from to where you are. Well, there are some who may be watching you for the very first time and may not know. We may take it for granted, but some may not know. I hate publicity
for another party. I honestly do.
I understand.
But we built the party based on the ideologies of my husband. looking at the way he believed in the country Ghana, that we could all be a part of, decision making, and take ourselves from the quagmire of poverty into prosperity, and then reduce corruption and stealing and unnecessary bickering in the country, develop every part of the country so that, no matter what levels we are at or we are in, we will still slowly be developing, irrespective of where we live. And so there were basic things that we took from the PNDC and then tried to push it into that party at that time.
That party at that time. Okay. So what? Today's NDC is a pale shadow of what you created before?
I'm not sure whether it's even a pale shadow. It's a contradiction.
A contradiction?
Total contradiction.
Explain. I don't understand.
A contradiction is when you have something that you want to go here, you put it here, and you're moving in that direction. When you want to contradict it and move in the opposite direction.
Is it the people or the beliefs?
I think that you have to start with the people, because it's the people who activate and actualize suggestions and objectives. So if the people there are not believers in the objectives, then it definitely is not going to happen.
So by people, you mean the executives?
I don't have to go into the nitty-gritty.
Why not?
Because I want to talk about the NDP.
And you will, madam.
You're taking too much of my time. It's 1 hour.
No problem. We will
one day invite me and say the topic is NDC.
And we will have that conversation.
Then we'll have that conversation. Okay. But for the moment...
Indulge me for 5 minutes more. Still on this one. Then I'll give you enough time for the NDP. We'll delve with it in its totality from its formation to the end.
I know you won't, but I'll take it anyway. You're just like my son.
No. I will, I promise. But with the NDC, I just want to understand something. What will ever make you consider rejoining the NDC? Is there any possibility like that?
Mr. What's your name again?
Francis.
Francis, whenever I go on a show, I tell my interviewer that I really don't like to use hypothetical situations.
Okay, no hypothesis.
No hypothesis. Mm-hmm. To give you a hypothetical answer. I don't want to do if.
Okay. Will you ever rejoin?
That is if. It's an if. Will you? That's a hypothetical question. And I'm not going to answer hypothetical questions. No.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Rawlings, your husband, is one of the founding members of the NDC. You also were. Actually, you know what?
Yeah. These days I hear them saying, as one of the founding members.
Yeah.
He is not one of the founding members. He's the founder. We made him the founder as we were building the party. So anybody who says he's one of the founding members, it means they want to reduce him to the level of founding members. He wasn't part of the founding members.
Okay.
He's a founder.
So the founder of the party, NDC, Mr. Rawlings, created this party with your support at the time, the NDC of that time. Today you say it's a contradiction, total contradiction. How does he feel about it? You are with him very closely almost every single day, so you know better than all of us. How does he feel about it? I
think he sees the contradictions as well. He is an optimist. He thinks he can stay in and change it and improve it. So let's see.
Is that it?
I think that he thinks he can, he hopes to be able to correct things.
Is that not something you will have helped him to do? Considering that you started it with him?
I have reached a point where I am building something called the NDP that has his values.
Okay.
I don't have to go back and look for anything. They have his values. We're looking at restoring participatory democracy. We're looking at restoring, probity and accountability. We're looking at making sure that the people of Ghana look forward to something, look up to something, look up to somebody. So I am not going back to see if I can catch some little worm or some little fish in some water that I can't even see. It's just, I am moving on to make sure that his principles are clearly spelled out in this party.
And so you've left the job for him to do alone?
I didn't say I've left a job for him to do. He's the founder. He doesn't have to do the work.
Someone else has to?
He doesn't have to do the work. I mean, he is the founder. And when you're a founder of an organization, if you are there Santehiri, if I may use my cousin's example, you don't go down to the nitty-gritty and start to solve the problems. No. The big things are brought before you.
Okay, all right. Let's quickly talk about your family before we move to the NDP. The Rawlings' family. I mean, it's one family that many who mention it get very nostalgic about it. That it's one family that's given birth to two political parties. You say that you already come from a political family, even before the Rawlings. So, what kind of conversations go on in your home? Is it all politics?
It's not all politics. It's about welfare. It's about everyday life, environment, our lives, our love. It's about everything. You can't just talk about politics and talk about nothing else. Even as I say that I'm from a political family, I do not restrict it to one political family. I'm just saying that I am from a political family. So we're very versatile. Whether it was a military government or a partisan government, my father was always being called to be part of something. So he actually brought people into the household. That made it easier for us to discuss anything and everything.
Okay.
So even as the brothers and so on may be arguing about issues, there comes a time when it's time to eat or something, they're talking about the welfare of the country, the welfare of the people. So yes, that is possible.
What's a regular day in your family like?
It depends what you mean.
I mean in the Rawlings' family, in your home.
It still depends on what you mean. If I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is to have maybe my 10 minutes exercise.
Okay.
Then I get ready and go to work. Invariably, I don't eat breakfast because I don't want to be caught in the traffic. So I rush off to work, and when I get to work, I eat something. I don't get back till late. So when you say the Rawlings family, you're assuming that all the children are staying in the city. I mean, there are no more children. They hear me, they'll kill me. I didn't say that. Our children are not necessarily waiting for us to do stuff with them. Everybody has their lives. So I go to work. I'm here today. Tomorrow I'm somewhere else. I'm busy working on projects with the 31st or looking at issues of the NDP. So by the time I get home, I'm pretty much tired. Or I still go to the gym during around 5 o'clock for about an hour. And
so you love keeping fit, that plus work. That's your regular day?
I'm a fun person too.
Okay. What do you do?
Me, I dance a lot.
Okay.
I dance, I swim.
All of that. We'll come to that. We'll come to that in a bit. But you're saying that now it's just you and Mr. Rawlings at home, the kids are all out?
I didn't say that. I said it's as if we do everything with them.
Okay.
I cannot say we do things with them.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. They have their lives. Everybody moves on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't mean they don't live in the house. Yeah.
As a mother, what's been your cardinal principle in raising your children?
Good upbringing. Your yes must be yes, your no is no. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Forthrightness, boldness. And last but not the least, respect for the system, the adults, and traditional things, the environment, respect for those things.
Is this something you see around today, or it's something that's missing these days?
To some extent, it's missing, and it kills me. I mean, it breaks my heart, because I think that we all were brought up in, well, not all of us, but those of us who are old enough, were brought up in a situation that's made us very respectful to our adults. There's no way that as a young person, I can walk through that door and I see an older person coming and I will not step back and wait for the older person to pass. No way. It's the same with my children. If somebody is coming through the door older than they are not going through the door pushing their way past. No. They'll step back, the person will come in, they'll greet the person, and that's it. I think those things are missing these days, and we got to bring them back, because it's not just our culture, but it's a form of training to have a type of discipline in your life. And that discipline is very important if you want to grow up to be a normal human being.